Is it recording? What up, people? You don't deserve me. Jason DeBay is courtside. This is court 2. That's Taylor and Taylor. Taylor Crab with the cuts.
Have a good one.
And the switch is 4-3 on the other side. Or switching to this side is Hitman for Hire, Tim Bomgren, and his partner, Pyotr Marciniak. He loves it. Yeah, Tim Bomgren's got a baby factory going on there in Minnesota. Nice hold, and Tim option gets dug. Transition, Taylor. Teardrop for a real point. Score is 5-3. Once again, thank you for joining me. I decided not to do a live stream. I got better bandwidth, just pre-recording. Someone give me a Wi-Fi password. You got yourself a live stream. How about that? Bomgren. Tim Bomgren's one over Taylor's head. Now the score is 4-5. Pyotr Marciniak has a pretty good jump serve and a pretty good an okay jump floater. The question is, who's he going to go and where? Middle serve, left shoulder serve, handled okay. Taylor, nice disguise. Turned his body as if he's going to wrist away and cut. 6-4. Taylor Sander played for Brigham Young University. 2013 Player of the Year on the world scene. And there's that indoor worthy jump serve, passed very well by Bomgren. There's the touch. And Marciniak beats the I formation as both defenders converge on the dig. 5-6, trailing by 1. I'm with Gene Dolan. What's up, Gene?
Hey.
I'm with SOB. What's up, guys? Steve Devlin. Anyone whose first name is Kelly? Anyone with a green hat? Here's the up and down. Taylor.
There you go.
Yeah. Nice and intelligent block by Pyotr Marciniak. But, yeah. Marciniak, during the COVID era AVP tour, did something gnarly to his pinky finger. It was a bloody mess. It was Red Cross donation worthy. Speaking of good disguises, that's Tim Bomgren on the cut. Randy Stokos, wherever you are, I miss you. Because it's hard as hell doing color and play. Yeah, let me move this, and move it back. When the sun comes up, we'll just move it further up. Beautiful swing, and there's your switch.
No, you said you want to sit up front, Dave. I did.
Taylor and Taylor on cruise control.
Let's go, boys.
Kelly, I get it. Yeah. Close to me. It works. Close to Nancy. And close to Greg.
This is court 2. This is north of the pier, Hermosa Beach, California. Thank you for joining me. Jason DeBay, courtside. Float serve. Tim Bomgren. Option pass. Marciniak. Marciniak spending his time in Florida. Thought him and Rafa Rodriguez were a really good team. A couple of third place finishes on the tour and a lot of finals appearances on the regional scene. Wow. It's a 4-block switch and gonna try to get referee Dave Carson on the podcast, talk a little bit about hands, FIVB, this and that. Episode number 9 is on YouTube. We talked about hands for 40 minutes straight. Big up, as that ball goes line over, but big up to Dave Carson for being the one ref to actually come on the podcast and stand tall. A lot of refs don't want to put themselves out there. Sorry about the score. Score is 9-8, Taylor and Taylor.
Yeah. So 1 and 3 are line, 2 and 4 are cross.
Cross court serve, and here's the up and down, and Taylor's vintage. His vintage wrist away is well scattered out. And there's Marciniak with the block. Poland style penetration. 9 up. Marciniak jump serve. Expect him to go back to the middle. He does. Very good dive in pass by Taylor Crabb, and Taylor reads the progression and that's one of those plays where if he makes it look that easy, it might not be that hard a game going through. Guys in the comment section, let me know what you think of the setup in Hermosa Beach. It's a different setup. The ball hit the top of the tape and that goes out of bounds, and now it is 11-9. Taylor and Taylor, one away from the technical timeout. Got a little sun in this tent coming on me, but as long as I protect the camera, all is well. Wow, that ball just out of bounds. Once again, indoor worthy jump serve. The room temperature changes when he's on that contact. Technical timeout. Joined by Coach Gene Dolan. What's up, man?
Hey, well, today, we're looking for me, as we always talk about, Jace, it's always about foot speed. So, I mean, the margins for talent and skill is so tight at this level now, not like years ago when it was kind of broken, but now the margins are so skinny.
Yeah.
It's going to be about who can maintain foot speed, who can maintain that freshness throughout the day for these first couple of matches. That's the way I see it.
Is it also about just coming through at somewhere at the end where these a lot of these matches are decided by 2?
They're
right now,
decided
9-9, 10-10,
Yeah,
11-11.
yeah.
Yep.
So, in the beginning of the season, when we start training, what's our objective? Our objective is to manufacture 2 or 3 critical points in a match.
Yep.
Because it always comes down to a critical play, and if it's 13-all in the third set, you have to be able to convert. You have to be able to manufacture that point when you need to. So that's always my objective going into the year with these guys. It's not about all the other things. It's just, hey, look, we need to manufacture 2 points. How do we get 2 points when we need them? Because that's the difference.
I also think once Taylor and Taylor conquer that, I think they'll have more consistent higher finishes and maybe be in danger of winning one of these, right?
Yeah, and again, the other thing is, it's not winning those 2 or 3 points is not always physical; it's mental.
Yep, agreed. Guys, that's Coach Gene Dolan. Little coach's corner during the technical timeout. Serve out of the middle, handle okay. Not the best set in the world, but Taylor turns lemons into lemonade. First point off the technical timeout, drawing first blood. Our team Taylor.
Big enough draw where Phil can get in on it.
Taylor Crabb, Long Beach State University, Player of the Year for college in 2013. So Player of the Year.
They lost the first round, won the second. They ran into Andy Benesh and Miles Evans, so they're not.
There's a nice dig, and Peter knows he's got to take it. There's the up and down. He loves that tempo set. Way above.
You can't be embarrassed.
Way above on the swing goes Piotr Marciniak. A Polish-worthy elevation. My SOB people from Chicago know something about that. A lot of Polish players in Chicago on the indoor scene. There's a wrist away, hits the top of the tape. Marciniak says, "I didn't do it." The referee believes him. And here we are, knotted at 12-12. As Gene Dolan said, very competitive matches. Go to 1-1 to 12-12, and usually you'll see a separation if there is a better team after the 14 switch. Taylor, nice balance. Disguised his shot, but not really the jump. When you saw his jump, you kind of knew that was going to be a shot. And that's something I'd like to see Bomgren and Marciniak do a little bit better on. Just stay balanced. Sometimes Taylor jumps for the shot and not the hit, and he gives away his body language a little early.
That's awesome.
Oh no!
Perfect
You have
set.
a whistle for a reason.
Big throw.
That was garbage.
The fans expressing their displeasure on the hands, but they're looking for a whistle. Go to the Pride Parade. You're not going to get a whistle on that set. It's a perfect set.
2 3/4. Good job, buddy.
Tim Bomgren. I'm actually surprised. This is Hermosa Beach in the land of deep dish. They're actually going to criticize Tim Bomgren's hands. This is the FBI. He touched the net.
He was going for his hands, so he just dropped his hands. But then his head was above the net.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Marciniak enters the net. He tried to fake out the block and took the net on the way up. Taylor, a little shorty, handled well by Bomgren.
Oh, Jesus!
There's a nice jump in.
Oh my God!
This is,
Way to put up a wall.
again, this is the South Bay. This is
Jesus,
land of
that
the FBI catch and throw as long as it doesn't spin set. Still hasn't woke up and sniffed the rest of the world, but this is definitely a place you don't have to move. You could stay here forever. Here's the up and down set, and Bomgren, Doug looking for 16. Taylor left, and there's the poke set. Bomgren out of the middle, up and down. Crab, cut, got it! Timeout. That's a general rule. You give up 3 in a row, it's automatic timeout. Agree, Coach?
Tim's having a problem with transitioning from reacting to the hit to reading the shot. I think a couple of times he's just too dug in. He's dug in on the hit instead, and Taylor sees it, and he's feasting on the shots right now.
Yeah.
And a couple of times he's trying to read the hit, and that ball can get by you. If you try to read that hit, that ball will get by you.
100%.
You got to react to the hit and then transition to the shot read.
I think he also needs to create his string more towards the setter as a lefty hitter. Sometimes people are worried about something I think doesn't exist called a lefty set, right? But sometimes a lot of lefties can create their string closer to the setter where it allows them to swing above their head as opposed to the set drifting right shoulder, right?
That's right.
That's what you saw the last two
That's what we want to do,
series on that,
especially
right?
on the transition balls. When you dig a ball, you have to normalize that ball. You have to get that ball straight forward to the net and get the same runway every single time. If you try to push that ball to your partner and it creates too big of a triangle, you lose sight of the defense.
100%. I agree. Copacetic. We're back in the timeout. In beach volleyball, you're allowed 1 timeout apiece, not including the technical timeout. Chase! What's up, handsome? Let the hair grow back. Look at him. Yeah, he was a low and even for like months, and then he decided to let the locks flow again. I thought he lost a bet. I hate losing those bets, dude. I bet my wife Harvard wouldn't beat IPFW. I had to wear a Harvard shirt for like 2 months. Harvard beat IPFW like 3-0.
Nice shot, Timmy! Go!
There's a side out, stops the bleeding at least for now, but in the game of rally, man, 16-14, so hard to come back from against a very, very capable team that's well practiced in the South Bay, and Taylor. Expect him to go right shoulder. No, this time zone 4, and that's an ace right into our living room. Pyotr Marciniak's one down the line. I don't think he's going to go there twice. I think he's going to go middle. He's going to go middle, go for Taylor Sanders' left shoulder. This one goes straight to Crab. It's Taylor's favorite set. There's a little touch. He knows he's got to go. There's the jumbo! After trailing by 3, 1 side out, 2 serves later, we're in a tie game. Taylor opting not to call timeout. Some players have this habit of waiting for next play. Marciniak, that ball, luff balloons out of bounds, and now the lead is 1. Jake Kuzrock in the house. It's over there, Rob McLean's partner. Played with him in Chicago. Wow, there's a great zone 1, position 1 serve. Marciniak turns a lemon into lemonade, tie game. 17 up, who's gonna blink, people? My kid is in skateboard camp. I'm going right back there after this game. You people do not deserve me right now, but I'm putting this up. Bomgren. Expect, yep, left shoulder served. Look, nice midline by Taylor Sander and just bullies one. The tape is not strong enough. What could be the last switch of the first set? Taylor and Taylor. Taylor Crab, Punahou High School product. Outriggers to Long Beach State, to Hustle and Flow to the AVP. First time I saw him, he played with Spencer McLaughlin, who's UCLA's assistant coach. New York AVP and Marciniak takes the big indoor blocker and says, "Who put that child in front of me?" Marciniak's serve to space has been fantastic, and he needs to just keep jump serving. I say don't go back to the floater. And he's like, forget Jason, go into the floater, and Taylor shows him why that's not a good idea.
So he tried to read that.
Yeah. He should have just stayed with the jump serve.
No, on the hit. Tim is just trying to read.
Yeah.
You can't read the hit.
No. Well, the other thing is too, like the jump serve is about constant pressure. It's about allowing it to get stronger as the game goes. But if you abandon it in the middle of it, it's all for naught against a team who's already passing well.
Yes, that's how.
Taylor Sander explaining why I'm correct in my assertion. Showing Tim and Piotr that's what a jump serve looks like. And set point opportunity number 1.
Nice pass.
Oh, the jump bump. Nice balance by Tim Bomgren, who turns his whole body one way and just cross bodies, and it's a good opportunity. I expect him to go middle again. I expect him to go Taylor Sanders' left shoulder. The left-handed server to left shoulder. Yep, there it is. That's what he wanted. Can he bail him out? Oh, wow. Hope is a 4-letter word as Marciniak let that go. Winners of the first set by 2 in competitive fashion is Taylor and Taylor. I love it, guys. So yeah, Gene, what I was talking about before, like the jump serve is not about quick results. It's about constant pressure, where as you get stronger and the game goes, it's there when you need it. You get a shank or you get a whatever. So I didn't really love the jump floater by Marciniak at the end of that.
No, he had good action on his jump serve, and he should have just kept it. Should have kept it on Taylor.
Sander kept doing it, like Sander, you know. I guess particularly as an indoor player, right? It's serve is so important because indoor in system is equivalent to a side out. They're just so good, and the play running is so sophisticated. So.
Actually,
Says everything goes good on the wrist.
Steve will have
Start
him come
putting
down
shit on
and
wrist,
work
and he
out
put the dogs
stuff.
all visiting wrist. Absolutely.
The one time we went down
Remember that last week and everything. Just get it on wrist.
Oh, cool. There's a lot of days. And we also know Klauser.
You're in Chicago?
No, we're Minneapolis.
Oh, Minneapolis. Yeah, Klauser's in
Yep, yeah.
So I didn't know him until I met him down there, actually.
See, and we've known Klauser for a long time, too, because he was the first up again. And then he moved to Florida before Steve did.
Unbelievable.
But he's really, like, we can walk over to Dunedin from Steve.
I've done
Steve's
that.
right out
Yeah.
there. It's like this whole Klauser. And we've stayed with Klauser before as well.
Okay.
And gone out pool on the water there.
Okay, we're back.
Ride a bike over.
Okay. So I'm in downtown St. Pete. I'm actually not too, I'm kind of like
Jones
right in
is St.
between
Pete.
James and...
Okay, we're back. This is set number 2.
That's funny, James is
A little bit of a conversation.
I feel like I might have seen him the other day that I was there because I was like biking around and I was like, but I didn't see him at the volleyball court. I saw him like somewhere else and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that was James.
Marciniak to serve.
Just, like, on my bike,
He's just been in his airstream.
That's the toss you want, and that's the constant pressure you're talking about.
Because Dana came down.
You want to make them work, even the balls that they side out. If you make them work, that's a win.
For a little while, so then he was like, "Oh, Kelly, what are you doing? Whatever."
Temperature is not hot. I mean, anyone who's played in New Orleans, anyone who's now playing in Wapaka will tell you this is moderate weather.
Is in downtown also. So, but
It is desert weather, so make sure you cover up.
Rambo is in
The clouds were out. It was chilly.
I think they're up in Clearwater.
yeah.
We're expected a high of 76. If you look at the flags blowing in the background, I'll show you a little picture. I'll point the camera at some of the flags during the timeout. Not a whole lot of wind.
They're all from Detroit area, and but they've been.
Ooh, I'm not sure I love that. That's the weirdest knuckle I ever saw. Or that was just an open hand.
But anyway, I knew them when they
So
were in
for all intents and purposes, on the camera on your right, that's the ocean. On your left, that's the strand. So for the most part, we'll have wind blowing from ocean to strand.
Here in Jersey,
But not a whole lot of activity. It's still early in the morning. We don't see that until like 1 or 2 o'clock. Then it gets a little bit gnarly.
Kelly and I actually played against each other a lot indoor, but we didn't know each other really that well. Like knew each other by face. Like, oh yeah, we played against each other like for the last 10 years. So, but I just don't play it. Yeah, so I'm New York, right? Yeah, New York. Yeah, they're in New York. I was in New Jersey, but like basically just a hop over to New York City. And then I ended up buying a place in Florida in 2021, and then
so recently. Okay.
yeah, it was a COVID condo.
Sander, jump serve.
I went down
Fantastic serve to space.
And then
And like I said, that's when that jump serve pays
When I
off.
went back home for the summer,
It gets
I was
stronger.
just like,
Your technique gets stronger as the match goes along,
my
and
partner to move
wouldn't be
down
surprised to
there
see him
like,
go back to zone
basically,
1. No, this time
I
he
don't want to say
serves a
allow me
lollipop.
because whatever, it's not
And
like that.
when you
but
serve a lollipop to
basically,
Marciniak, you get
being
licked.
there
And
pretty much full time.
I didn't.
And he was-
I kind of
he was
understand
there
the concept of putting pressure on them to
finally
find a
he's
way
like,
to side
okay,
out,
I
but
like it. But he's also like, I told him
lollipop
that
at this
why
level makes that
you're here
siding
and
out
you're so
decision
much
a little
happier
bit
for
easier.
you, so just like do that.
Yeah.
2 fastest ways to score a point is an ace on the block. This is going to be a dynamic
So I sold
team
my
in the
place
future.
Jersey,
Taylor and Taylor.
and I established
Oh, there's zone 1. Back at you for the switch. This second set. Let's put that up. Make sure everyone knows.
Planning to sell at the Chicago place or what?
Scoreboard. Yep. Taylor and Taylor leads 1-0.
Just so high.
Yeah, well, that's,
Trailing by
at one point I was
1
staying
in the set. Trailing 0-1 in the match.
He doesn't play volleyball.
Piotr Marciniak and Tim Bomgren.
Hoboken, which is where I live.
Marciniak,
And I had
a long-time
condo in-
NVL
yeah,
standout.
so I had a condo in Hoboken, a condo in Florida, and I just
Kaya.
I mean, I was just like,
Wife's a great,
I'm like,
pretty
I have
good
2
player herself.
places, neither of which I'm living in, each costing me like.
And once again,
I've gotta get
we
rid
got
of
a
something
Nemo
living
on the
in
net.
I'm like, I can't just keep doing
And
this.
the lead is now 2.
staying here. And it would be like, I would be there, and then I would like go home and pick up, go back to my condo, pick up stuff, and bring it back. I'm like, this is the most expensive storage unit on the planet.
Right? That's basically what it was turning out to be.
Yeah. So then I ended
There's
up.
the up and down set. Tim creates his string. That's what Coach Dolan was talking about before.
I just like listed on Facebook Marketplace. I'm like, I'm selling everything.
If you create your string properly and you swing over your head, it really negates the whole lefty set theory. There's not a. I don't think Tim Bomgren prescribes to that theory
A
either.
lot of people like moving in
Here we go, Timmy, you got this.
to Hoboken who were like, oh, I just
Tim
moved into my
Bomgren,
house, so
good serve to space,
Right?
but location was good, but the estimated time of arrival is
Well, that's very
way
cool.
too
Yeah,
easy
we
for
saw James
Taylor
and,
Sander to pass.
Kelly
I mean,
last summer.
Oh, nice.
We went
serving his own is
with
one thing, but serving
Steve
with
and
enough
Dana
velocity and speed
Jeff and Penny
is
another
another.
couple that I hadn't met before.
Oh, yeah.
Sander with
No,
the
no,
looks like he's gonna
yeah,
jump
but there
serve.
was
Yep,
another couple,
that ball sails out of bounds, and the lead is now 1 again.
her boyfriend from Denver area. Okay. And we all met.
Randy Stokely, hope to see you out here tomorrow. I'm gonna be chilling out here with
And he
with my little monster.
Pedro had just gotten shit.
She likes the beach. She likes to play inside the barricades. There's like this little triangle hole, and she likes to crawl through the whole thing. And Marciniak blocks with a
It was
half elbow, half shoulder. I'm not even sure where he got that, but now
from wherever, so you can connect, right? And he hadn't been home in a long time. He was just driving around in his Airstream, but then he was talking about like St. Peter, the best place on earth to live. And I'm like, but you are not.
pretty good serve. Taylor
I miss it.
got it. Shot counts on the foul.
I miss it. Like, even though here it's like conscious, whatever, it kind of looks the same. I'm like, it's not the same.
Yeah.
Like, I actually really love it. Yeah, so when we go do that road trip, I think
There's one set of bleachers on center court,
to Denver.
and I see courtside seats. I don't see a VIP booth.
Just about every place in Telluride.
I guess their theory is they're splitting the difference because they know there's going to be a huge volleyball attendance in Wapaka.
We loved it.
With that being said, my only critique, which is fair, so AVP, take this with a grain of salt. This is Hermosa Beach. This is the South Bay. It is Manhattan Beach's sister beach.
Come back.
And regardless of what other tournaments going on, you have to expect a large attendance on Friday and Saturday, and of course, ultimately on Sunday. And that one bleach is going to fill up, and they're going to turn people away. So, I love the organic and intimate setup right now as that ball comes in my living room. But as far as like getting seating for center court, let's do a little better job next year on that. Fair critique. Take it with a grain of salt. Wow, there's the option. You got a lefty on the option and a righty on the option, hitting on power and whatever. So
Save the phone.
Tim Bomgren doesn't acknowledge a power side because he's left-handed. So,
Good reflex.
and frankly speaking, neither does Marciniak. As the score is 8-8, tied in the second set. Thank you for having me in your living room. Wow, nice handle. There's the line over, and wow, such a great set. Didn't even need the call on that. Taylor Crabb, aka Dirty White Boy, will serve. First time I met him, AVP New York, again, playing with Spencer McLaughlin. He was playing with a hoodie in 90-degree weather. There's the dig, Taylor, transition. Got it. Good things happen when you hit the hell out of it. Yeah, but again, Taylor in the qualifier with Spencer McLaughlin wearing a hoodie in 91-degree weather in New York City and not an ounce of sweat. Just low passes, cutting his way into the main draw. And the song Foreigner's Dirty White Boy was looped 5 times, played in the background. So whenever I see Taylor, I think of the song Dirty White Boy. Wow. Who's that peeking out my window? Nobody, because I live in a penthouse. That is Taylor Sander with a great block. Remy Ma, that's the reference.
Give me a block, Taylor.
Oddly enough, the song is called Conceited. And again, we have a Nemo in the net, and we got 11-9 and 1 away from the technical timeout. They have to be thinking 11-10 sounds a hell of a lot better, so let's pay a little extra more attention on before this switch and technical timeout. And there's the ball. That's an ace!
Oh, there we go.
There's a little lefties cut, coach. Technical timeout. That's what we got, right? A little lefties cut. Looks like it's going wide and then arcs back in.
Little push into the wind.
Yeah. So, coach, technical timeout. Give me one thing you think Marciniak and Bomgren are doing well, and then one thing you'd like to see them do a little bit better after this technical timeout. What are they doing well?
I think Marciniak is putting up a really healthy block.
Mm-hmm.
It's forcing Taylor Crabb maybe a little bit out of his comfort zone at the block with that hot, because he's having to resort to that little drop shot, that little line drop shot, which is working. That's a good thing. Bad thing is, I think Tim Bomgren is maybe overestimating their ability and underestimating his block. He's actually rushing in a little bit too early on defense, and he's trying to read. He's trying to read too many shots. Mm-hmm. He's guessing. He needs to stay back a little bit and give his blocker a little bit more credit and run down some of those shots.
Especially some of the balls that are like out of system brought back in, you have a better chance of just staying home on some of those, right? Yeah. Sometimes in system, if you can't be perfection, right? If they got the perfect shot, you gotta eat that point. I get that. Yep.
This Piotr Marciniak has turned Taylor and Taylor's offense into a shot-centric offense in this game, right? Because he's got such a great block, and
I like it.
Bomgren needs to respect that.
Agreed. And here we go. The much-needed ace they got for 11-10. We're back from the technical timeout.
Well, it was only courts. They didn't have enough
Taylor Crabb.
stuff that would
Crab goes line just past the outstretched block of Piotr Marciniak.
And they
Piotr, I keep calling you Peter. I apologize.
and so the sixes would all have the prime.
All of my Polish friends I grew up with were like, Jason, whatever, just call me Peter.
We have a place in New Jersey.
Sander, very good toss, and that ball hits the skinny boy.
There's a
Lead is now one.
rink right next door, or like, I guess it's more like roller hockey. And
Once again, not a
Not
whole
right
lot
next
of
door,
wind.
in
This
the
is
season.
the game you want to cut loose on your jump serve. It gives you permission to just
And the other half
come
is
down on it like a ton of bricks.
combination.
The optics ball is is relatively drop friendly. It's not. I don't think it's any more or less than the ball before it.
It's like, if you want
It's certainly not the Mikasa where like the margin for error makes it sail out.
it's like 9.
And Marciniak, his 4th net violation of the match.
I was sleeping like 9:30, so that's not.
And the lead is now 2.
I think they might do like Saturday mornings too. Yeah.
Well, and then other guys I know would play in the afternoon.
Peter having a little conversation with the ref, but
And
Yeah.
go 2 in the afternoon, and then they could get in play. But
if
then
you know
they
him long
play
enough,
like
it's really
other
just
guys
about
play
momentum.
at the same time.
Ice the server,
Like who else?
create a de facto timeout.
Yeah.
I think Tim needs to sacrifice the hit here and start running and start guessing a little bit more on some of these shots.
I think if they change it to a 5 block a little bit, maybe hide behind the blocker a little bit, Taylor doesn't see you. No, that's a great question. One of the crowd said, "Is this a timeout?" And the answer is no, but I created one.
Here we go. I love it. I just got him to wait.
I'm not sure why they're arguing about a possible net violation when Taylor and Taylor got the point anyway. So this is definitely a classic stall tactic, de facto timeout, which the yeah. His argument is he could have turned. I mean, on the line over, he could have turned around. He could have landed and turned around. Crowd getting a little restless, justifiably so.
Cry me a river.
Hey, let's go, let's go.
Set out of the middle. There's a drifter. Pretty easy dig by Taylor. Taylor. Cross court. Dug by Tim. Tim. Cross court. Again, who's going to blink? They go to Sander. I'm glad the crowd groans objectively. And dropping like a ton of bricks is a cut by Bomgren, who finishes the rally.
Minnesota, one more right here.
Let's go, Timmy, you got this.
Tim Bomgren out of Minnesota. See him I used to see him in a lot of the Motherlode's Grass Threes tournaments with his brother Brian Bomgren. They're always at the scene of the crime, and once again, net violation number 5.
Huge net, no question.
The extra point is good. Splits the uprights on his hands. So shot counts and the foul for Taylor Crabb. The lead is 2.
Oh, geez.
Huge
Come
net.
on.
Hey, ball boy.
Look up.
I don't hit him.
Ball man, ball person we prefer.
Sorry.
Ball person.
Well, yeah. What kind of pronouns does he use?
Dude, this is the South Bay. They're just men or women out here. we got enough Republican Space Rangers that just say man or woman.
There it is. Go.
15-13's the switch. Again, no real advantage side yet. Not a whole lot.
Go, guys.
This is summertime, so the sun doesn't rise really from south to north on the angle. It's more like classic east to west. In fact, on the left side of your camera, that's pretty much a straight sunrise. Where like wintertime, it would rise straight into our camera. Anyone who's ever coached in the winter.
They just couldn't quite get ahead.
Yesterday.
This is Bomgren, set out of the middle. Tim,
Yes.
child's play for him. Tim does a really good job looking at the court and then looking back at the ball, but his peripheral vision sees the block on the late switch. He sees the late switch on defense, and his shot game is immaculate. And that ball Left balloon's out of bounds. If I say the word left balloon 99 times, I promise I'll give you the song. Nina, where are you?
I did. Straight.
Tim Bomgren, that ball is gonna have to be looked at by the ref, but I think this is something the crowd already knows. I think this ball's out of bounds, and the referee's gonna go in the high chair and give the call that we all see coming. In fact, let's go to the ref, and yep, out of bounds. A little Poland on Poland crime, if you will.
I love the call.
I'll see her on the international scene, and right on cue, timeout.
Great call.
So this, for the people listening at home, the standard on the ball hitting the line, the rule is if it hits the line, it's in. If the line doesn't move, and if they think it's in or out, they look at the actual spot. For those of you that believe in some kind of backwash or the sand kick the ball up, I apologize. You will never see that a referee ever reference that or call that in an FIVB game or an AVP game. That is a pickup volleyball myth.
I do know that.
And it defies physics.
Playing here next.
The ball would have to be hit probably. I mean, I did the math on this. It'd have to be hit 71 miles an hour or faster for the sand to kick up that ball to make the line jump. So, no. There's no such. It's a myth.
Well, we've got some for you at the happy hour.
Haters, come comment. Come see me.
I'm trying to eat more fish and salad.
Hope this camera shot is okay. I like it. Back shot is the same. Sorry. And here's me growing a brain, trying to fix the camera angle.
I can't remember what kind of flight is, but I think
It was actually really good.
17, 14, there's a dig. Looking for 18. Taylor, we're at the edge of our seats because you knew it was coming, and ooh, that might have been a touch. A little Huntington Beach worthy shout from the fans. Mimosas are served early in the morning at Sharky's here. There's the up and down Taylor.
Yes.
Vintage turn and wrist. Derek Zimmerman, if you're out there, sorry I'm using the term wrist away. Don't be mad at me. Score is 18-15. Up and down. There's a nice, timely short serve, but Bomgren is not having it. Can he bring it back? Sailing in the middle. Crab. Whoa!
Oh, what a point! What a point!
Transition volleyball by the USA Transition King, Taylor Crab.
Let's go right here, bud.
Every time Taylor gets a dig, you're at the edge of your seat because you know he's going to do something nasty. He's definitely one of my top 5 world defenders. I have him 5th on my list. You got Lupo, you got Ahmed, Christian Sorum, Taylor's right up there with him. And there's a block, poke.
Finally, block.
And there's a touch, and wow. Bomgren goes down the middle.
Wow.
Watch Sandra blow it up. No, there's a block, and Taylor wanted that one. And there's your switch. 69. Switch, guys. Refs, do your job. I don't want to be one of these hecklers saying, do your job. 16-19 could possibly be the last switch of this match. Trailing by 3 and trailing 0-1 in the match. Trailing 1-0. Bomgren left shoulder serve. This time Taylor dips in. Drifter set. Line dug. Marciniak has to expect that. There's a sky ball. And match point opportunity number 1.
Great effort, Tim.
Expect Taylor Sander to let her rip. Will this be the play he goes position 4 with Tim Bomgren's left shoulder? I'd love to see it now. I mean, 2016, why not? Yep. No, he goes middle, touches the tape. Marciniak. There's Taylor Crabb with the touch block. Crabb at the net on that one. There's the shorty, and good night. Say good night as Taylor puts heads to bed, winning in convincing fashion the second set, 2-0, 21-19, 21-16. For those of you at home, for those of you on your iPhones watching, thanks for joining me, Jason DeBeas. See you at 12:25. I'm going to tape Bill and Evan Corey. That one's going to be live, people. I'm out. Peace.